Hi guys, Daz here, with something a little bit different. I've been thoroughly entertained by watching all of your top 50 videos, so I thought I'd give it a go. And my collection isn't much in comparison to some of your epic 50s, but I've got one or two nice books I've amassed in November will be my third year of collecting. I'm excited to show them off. So let's begin proceedings. And I'm going to start with number 50. And it's, of course, my favourite artist. If you are sub to my channel, you know my love for this man's work. And, of course, it's a modern book. And covers don't come any better than that. Yeah, it's Batgirl 23, guys. From that man, Joshua Middleton. Got that for cover, so I'm delighted with that. We ordered 2 copies, but of course they only sent me one because they got wise to it. Really tough to get that book cheap now. 49. And we've got another modern book. And it's the character that is just seems to be going up and up and up. The possibilities for this character is endless. I've actually got 3 copies of this book. Pick them all up for cover price, and that is Thanos 13. Of course, the first appearance of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, who's got his own comic book series at the moment, which is doing pretty well. Donny Cates' goodness. Now my collection of 50, that it was really tough to whittle down. I've gone with characters that I like from television as well. And monetary value, obviously. The grade aren't so high in the earlier books, but towards the end, they get a lot better. And this is a mid-grade book, but it's a character I enjoyed in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 film. And that was first appearance of Ego, a living planet, played by one of my favourite actors, Kurt Russell. And that is Thor 132. Now it has got a subscription crease down the middle, which I'm not too happy about, but I only paid £20 for this. And like I say, it's about a 4.5, 5 grade. It's on his staples, as Dazzie says. Got 2 copies of this next book. I spoke about this in great depths several months ago. This film will be coming at some point, guys. They are penning a script as I talk. And of course, this is Eternals #1. And this is the first appearance and origin of the Eternals team. Going to be big players, I think, in the MCU going forward. This is, like I say, the better of my 2 copies. I paid $14.95 for that. Up next, we got some Silver Age goodness from that man Jack Kirby, and you probably know my love for the Fourth World. Up next, we got Mr. Miracle #1. This is obviously the first appearance of Mr. Miracle, who is scot-free. It's also the first appearance of Oberon and the Steel Hand. Paid £25 for that. Again, it's mid-grade, but I'm just happy to have it in the collection. I got a nice run of Mr. Miracle, including #4, Big Barda, but she didn't make the cut. This guy did, though, because he's got a film coming out in December, I believe. Really excited to see it, animated, and it looks fantastic. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales in Ultimate Fallout issue 4. This is the first print. This book is going up, and I was delighted to get this for under £14. And it's a high grade too. You do well to get that now, probably for under 40. I'd like to see Miles Morales make his live action debut. This was a bargain for me. I picked this up from my good friend John Christopher in 2017, in the middle of the year, and paid £2.75 for this, which was a bit of a steal. Uncanny X-Men 266, and that's the first full appearance of Gambit. Also got his cameo, I believe, in Avengers Annual 14. Haven't seen this show in my next book, but I've heard and read great things about it. I'm excited. I picked up the first appearance of their villain last week, Mr. Jip. This one time we got the first appearance of the team of Cloak and Dagger. Read this book, enjoyed the storyline. Cloak is Tyrone Johnson and Dagger is Tandy Bowen. Really looking forward to seeing that show, guys. The sole indie book that made my list. Paid £20 for it. It's the only copy I've ever seen in the UK. I picked this up in the middle of this year. 20 quid got me Milk and Cheese. It's just one of them books I saw several of you guys across the pond show off. Like I say, I've never seen one copy of this in the UK, so I grabbed it. And again, it's probably 7.5 grade. So I'm happy with that. And that is from Slave Labour Comics. I believe it's black and white. I haven't read it yet. This was a book, again, I picked up. I've had a good year this year. You know, I keep getting minor keys, but now I'm branching out slowly but surely. This was a nice one. 20 quid again. DC Comics presents issue 26. First appearance of the Teen Titans. And it's the first appearance of Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, Silas Stone as well, his dad, Victor's dad. It's a pence copy, but it's got a little nick in one of the interior pages. So I've graded it about 4.5, 5, but it presents really, really well. Nice book. Delighted to have that. My daughter's a big Raven fan. Enjoying this TV series at the moment. One thing I can't tolerate about it, though, is the fact that he looks like a walking Christmas tree, and he literally puts goggles on and nobody can recognise him. But besides that, it's good. This is Black Lightning, issue 1. At the time I paid £11.28 for this, and that was February of last year. Obviously, it's the first appearance of Black Lightning was Jefferson Pierce. First appearance of Whale, Tobias Whale. First appearance of Peter Gamby and Joey Toledo. And they all appear in the show. That is a good read. Got a nice little run of Black Lightning. I'm going to look to complete that one day. Up next, we've got some Silver Age. Nice grade 2. I picked up this off my friend Lee. Originally, it was a ratty copy, but he let me upgrade for nothing, which was very kind of him. And this is Tales of Suspense 94. And probably the worst ever villain in Marvel, but I enjoy him. First appearance of MODOK, George Tarleton, and his Doomsday Chair. This is actually MODOK's first appearance. In the previous issue, only his voice could be heard, but you never actually saw him. So, delighted to get that book, guys. £10 is all I paid. And that's probably 5.5 to 6 grade. Up next is a book that's dear to my heart. It was one of the very first books I picked up from watching the Arrow TV show. The character I enjoyed, a villain. I've never seen, well, very rare do I see this book on anybody's haul videos. It's a 10-center too. I paid £12 for this, and this is World's Finest, issue 111. And this, guys, is the first appearance of the Clock King, William Topman. Now, I also, of course, he appeared in Arrow and in Flash, but I really enjoyed him in the Batman animated series. The Clock King was a fantastic villain. Really enjoyed that animated show. First Clock King. Picked this book up earlier this year. It's a little ratty. Probably only about a 2.5, 3 grade, but it's one of the key books of the Bronze Age. I paid $15 for it. Maybe slightly overpaid, but it's just one of them books I think you feel like a collector, because the transition from human form to this. The Furry Beast. This is the first appearance of the Beast in his furry form in Amazing Adventures issue 11. I made a video recently for Metrog, and the Beast was one of the stars of the show, having an affair with Jean Grey. Picked this up for £2 this year. When? February of this year. Just when the movie was hot too. Really nice grade. Silver Surfer, issue 44. And this is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. Of course, that was all talked about in the Infinity War movie. These are a couple of characters. They're going to be making their live action debut soon. I saw them in the trailer. Look really good, actually. Besides FU Batman from Robin. Because they're making their live action debut in the upcoming DC Titans show. And they are Hawk and Dove. This is issue Showcase 75. And this is the first appearance and origin of Hawk, who was Hank Hall, and Dove, who is Don Hall. It's a good book to have. Pretty good grade. I paid £18 for that. When did I buy that? November of last year. Up next, we've got a modern book. And this is the other character that is making big splashes. Totally Awesome Hawk. Issue, is it 22? Yeah. The first full appearance of Weapon H. Really nice graded copy, this one. I paid 18 for this. I've got another copy, probably about a 92, 94. I paid, sillily, probably 30 when he was getting really hot. But again, this is a book you won't get now for under 40, 50 quid. First Weapon H. It's that man, the legend. It's car boot Tony time. And he dropped this one round for me. What did I pay for this? £1.31. Awesome. Pretty high grade too. Villain of the recent DCU film Justice League. And this is New Gods 7. First appearance of Stephen Wolf. I'd like to get this book graded one day. Really nice. Give me a big run of New Gods. Oh, so many books he brought round. Spawn 1 as well. Minty. And it didn't make the cut, Spawn 1, but thanks again to Tone. Getting a bit of fame now he is our Tony, on JPL Flash's Geektum's live broadcast on Tuesday nights, 8:30. Little plug there. First Stephen Wolf. I do like my bargains. This was another one. Again, mid-grade, probably a 5.5. And this is Avengers 83. Paid £2.58 for this, guys. Bargain. This is the first appearance of Valkyrie. Brunhild. You know, not the Valkyrie we see in Thor Ragnarok. It was played by Tessa Thompson. No. This is also the first appearance of the Lady Liberators. And Cassiolian. Or Lena. I don't know. Tricky. But this is the Pence copy. But again, it's a good book to have in your collection, guys. Pick this one up. Did I show this off last week? 2 weeks ago, maybe. Picked this up in Birmingham. And this is, I paid $18.50 for this one. Nice grade. This is the first appearance and origin of Dr. Polaris. He's like using magnetism, I believe. And also the first appearance of Christine Ferris. Character was in my encyclopedia. Ticked him off. Okay, a little ratty, this one. In fact, pretty darn ratty. But I just like the character. And maybe one day he may make an appearance in something. He's a big player. He was a big, massive player in the Avengers No Surrender storyline that I enjoyed. And player in the Champions too. And this is Journey into Mystery, annual number 1. And this is the first appearance of Hercules. I paid 15 quid for this. Probably about what it's worth. Well, I say what it's worth. I could probably double that, but you know, I wasn't going to pay any more than that. But I just wanted the appearance of Hercules. Not the easiest book to get in high grade. I'm just happy to own it. Up next, 1860. I paid for this one. One of my favourite DC characters. When this Justice League Dark film drops, and it will eventually, I hope he's going to be a big player. In fact, I'm pretty sure he will be. Loved him in the recent Justice League Dark animated feature. And this is the Demon. Number 1. And this is the first appearance and origin of Etrigan the Demon, who is Jason Blood. It's also the first appearance of Morgan Le Fay and Merlin, Glenda Park and Randu Singh. Great character. I love the way he talks in rhyme. Can't beat Jack Kirby. This is another bargain. £2 I paid for this. And it presents really nicely. It's a pence copy, but love the book. X-Men 101. And this, guys, obviously is the first appearance of the Phoenix, who was Jean Grey. Appeared in all the numerous X-Men films. And the first appearance of her Phoenix Force. You know, for £2 I was laughing really. You know, I'm seeing eBay prices even this grade and in pence copies going for like 100 to 150. So made up with that book. Nearly halfway through, guys. Love this TV show. Absolutely love it. And had to get this first issue because of my love for the show. And I'm so glad that they renewed it for season 3. It's going on to season 4 then will be going on to Netflix, I believe, which is great news. And this is issue 1 of Lucifer from Vertigo. High grade, guys. I paid £3.41 for that, which I'm amazed at. You know, that's a 30 quid book plus all day long. Now, JPL Flash Comic Geekdom again is just been announcing that there's finally going to be, or they're talking of making a Captain Britain film. But Captain Britain's not going to be on his own. There's going to be with this character. This is high grade, and this is why it makes my my list at number 26. This is Avengers 48. Because there's going to be a Captain Britain and Black Knight movie. Check out JPL's Black Knight impressions of the lunge. Just glorious. It's also the first appearance of Aragorn. Now, Black Knight is Dave Whitman. Now, I'm not sure they're going to use the Black Knight, but maybe as a mentor kind of character for Captain Britain. It would be good for us Brits to have somebody to cheer on. You know, as well as the Avengers. Who knows, that might lead into like Excalibur or something. I just read a Marvel Team Up 65 and 66 to get more familiar with Mr. Braddock, who is Captain Britain. So that's Avengers 48. £2.58. Glorious price. Now, okay, we're into the getting slowly into my top 25 and the heavy hitters. Pay 30 for this. Now, it's low grade. It's probably a 2.5, 3. But again, a character I've always loved. First Silver Age appearance. And that is Lois Lane, issue 70. The first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. With Selina Kyle, obviously. Been in numerous live action movies and TV shows. Love that book. I gave it a good clean up. It was filthy, but a good clean up, and it presents okay now. Got a bit of a creasing down here, but it's okay. Again, I just showed issue 1 of that show. Love it. Lucifer. To go with that, I had to get the first appearance, and that was in Sandman issue 4. Yeah, the first appearance of Lucifer, Morningstar. Played by is it Tom Ellis? I think it is. Also, Lucifer, as well as having his own show, appeared in the Constantine movie. It's also the first appearance of Azazel, Beelzebub, Chorazon, and Nada. So that's a great book to have. Paid 20 quid for that. Again, it's a 30, 40 quid book in this kind of grade, because this is high grade. First Lucifer. Picked this up at a con in 2017 at November time. Paid 20 quid for this because I think this is a character that's got humongous potential. Again, it's high grade. And that is The Savage She-Hulk. Issue 1. And this is the first appearance and origin of the She-Hulk with Jennifer Walters. Also the first appearance of Nicholas Trask. And the origin of Bruce Banner's Hulk is retold in this one. And the cover is a homage to The Incredible Hulk, issue 1, from May 1962. Love that book. She ever appears in the MCU, and she will, I'm certain of that. Same with Spider-Woman. I haven't got the first Spider-Woman, but I'd love to get it. I think the females are on the up in the MCU. Look out for them. This was one of the first books I bought in 2016 that was a significant amount of money to me. I bought it in a lot. It only worked out just under 9 quid for this book, which I was delighted with. Because I've got a huge run of Flash, Silver Age. They're not good grades by any means. We're talking 3s to probably 6s and 7s. But I like Flash. I love the show, and I love this character. I've met the actor who plays him, and currently on Legends of Tomorrow. And this is Flash issue 140. The first appearance of Heatwave was Mick Rory. Yeah, got me photo with Heatwave, I have, and Captain Cold. The Prison Break brothers. So that's a great book. I was sweating because it took for ages to come, and I kept emailing him, what's happening? Oh, I've sent it. I didn't think he had. Finally it came after about 2 months. Okay, paid nothing for this because this was a gift from the wife. High grade too, I was delighted. And this has got numerous first appearances in. And this is Brave and the Bold, issue 200. And this is the first appearance of Katana, who is Tatsu Yamazaro, who was in the Suicide Squad and the Arrow TV show. First appearance of Geoforce, who was also who was Brian Markov, who was in the Arrow TV show. First appearance of the Outsiders. Now, I think the Outsiders are appearing in this season's Black Lightning, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also the first appearance of Halo, was Gabriella Doe. So that's multiple first appearances in that book. A really good one to have. I like the Katana character in particular. Talking of characters I like, she had to make the list, didn't she, guys? My favourite show, hands down, is Jessica Jones, and there she is. Another gift from the wife, and this is first appearance, obviously, of Jessica Jones in Alias 1. And obviously Jessica Jones later becomes Jewel. So I wonder if we'll see that in the show at some point. Really looking forward to season 3. Obviously she appeared in the Defenders show as well. It's also the first appearance of Alias Investigations. It's a great book to have. Again, it's a quite a valuable, pricey book now. You won't get that probably for under 40. This is a good book. This is another, along with the Eternals, this is one that's getting talked up quite a lot. And I believe this character is coming. It's just a matter of time when. And this is Nova number 1. The first appearance and origin of Nova, who is Richard Rider. Also the first appearance of Centurion Nova Prime, who is Roman Day. And he was he was in the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 movie. Can't remember the actor now. Played in Step Brothers. It's also the first appearance of Bernie Dillon and Caps. Charles Ryder, Donna Lee Dover, Ginger J, Gloria Ryder, Mike Burley, and Robbie Ryder. And the Exandorians. And Zor. I'm always thorough. Sorry about that, guys. But this is a pence copy. But again, I paid 20 for that. Picked this up at the same time I picked up Ego, the Living Planet, and I also got at the same time for 20 The Death of Elektra. She nearly made the cut, but that book sadly didn't make the top 50. This is a nice book. This is a character I've always enjoyed. He was in an animated show, I can't even remember the name of it, but obviously he made his live action debut in the Incredible Hulk film with Edward Norton. Like we say, people were discussing this on JPR's show the other night, and several people didn't even know that it was part of the MCU. But yeah, of course it is. Tony Stark turned up and talked to Edward Norton, and of course Ross, who was Ross in the Hulk film, is also in the Avengers films, the MCU. So same actor. And this, guys, is Tales to Astonish, issue 90. The first appearance of Abomination, Emil Blonsky. Had a good slug out with Hulk in the Hulk movie. Pretty high grade. Paid $21.79 for that. Nice grade. Abomination looks funny though, I tell you. This was a pretty good read actually, this one. High grade. Only paid $13.20 for it. And this is the first appearance of Sandman in Sandman 1. And this Sandman is Garrett Samford. It's also the first appearance of the villain, General Electric. Yeah, nice book. There's a purple variant, I believe, is like a... They say there's the one to get, but I was just happy to get a blue. If I see the purple, I'll grab it if it's a decent price. Next is a book I picked up. It's my favourite ever stealth buy. Picked it up for £1 at the car boot. And it wouldn't off Tony. But it's ratty. It's probably... Well, it's only Staples. That's all you could ask for, isn't it? For £1... It's probably about a 3 grade, I'd say. And it is Batman 189. The first Silver Age appearance of Scarecrow. Love the character Scarecrow. So just delighted to find that for £1. Up next. Oh, it was a horror story, this was really. I went to London. I think the wife was running, but no, I think we went to watch the American football, and I went to a comic shop and I found this book on the shelf. What did I pay for it? £25. It's nice grade. It's probably in the 9s. And I purchased quite a few books. And I had a bag, and I was on a bus in London with the family, and I got off the bus and started walking back to the digs, and realised I'd left the bag on the bus. I was devastated. Went back to the bus company, nothing had been handed in. I think I was gutted. You know my love for comics, and especially good key issues. But I got a phone call from the people. It had been handed in. I could not believe it. Some nice people had saved the day. And this is Omega Man 3. First Lobo. Delighted to get that. Now Lobo's going to appear in Krypton, isn't he? Season 2. Which is just such an underuse of the character. I mean, I'd love to see Lobo. He could be DC's Deadpool, basically, couldn't he? You know? And it was on about using Michael Bay to direct a movie, but why put him in Krypton? I don't understand. Carbate Tony time again. He struck again. What did I pay for this? £1. Can you believe it? £1 for this. Very high grade. I got the 195 as well for £1. But this is the first full appearance of Taskmaster. Tony delivers again. That's a 50 quid plus book all day long in this grade. The godfather of comics. Thank you, Tone. Whittling it down. I'll try and speed up a bit now, guys. I paid 20 quid for this. It's part of the origin of Loki. Mid-grade. It's also the second appearance of the Absorbing Man and the Enchantress. So like I say, it's the origin of Loki Lofrey. And that is Journey into Mystery, issue 115. Pence copy. But I love the book. I have spent more on a book, but never in one hit. I usually pay off installments on my big books. This I paid, I think, 50 for. It was a bargain now, because this book is going crazy. And when the film drops very soon with Woody Harrelson, it's going to blow up unbelievably. This is Amazing Spider-Man 361. First full appearance and origin of Carnage. So delighted to have that, guys. I don't like spending a lot of money on books, and it hurt to pay it, but I think this one is going to go and go and go. Because Tom Hardy signed on for 3 films, I think, so you never know, guys. Carnage could be... I think he's only going to have a little cameo in this first one, but he's going to be a big player in that, I think. This was the previous record, I think. I paid $43.95 for this. And I got it from a charity shop online, Oxfam. It's a premiere issue, and I'm happy with the grade. I really am. It's got a little nick on one of the corners. But besides that, sweet. And this is Incredible Hulk, 102. Delighted with that book, guys. The premiere issue. One of Marvel's big premiere issues of 1968. The title series starts again. Sweet book. Got a couple of these books. £1 and £2 at the time I paid, I think. Sweet, sweet, sweet book. First appearance of Red Hood. It was Jason Todd. Love that cover. Awesome stuff. As I say, got 2 copies of that. Both high grade. Paid £10.69 for this just recently. Loved it. Loved the characters. They were so underused in the films, and I didn't like the way they were killed off so easily by Hela. This is the first appearance in Journey into Mystery 119 of the Warriors 3. But it's a very high grade book, this, guys. You know, that's probably approaching a 6, I would say. That's the first appearance of Fandral, the Dashing, Hogan the Grim, Vostok the Voluminous. And the first appearance of Ulrich, Warriors 3. This was another gift from the wife for Christmas, I believe. High grade again. This villain has appeared in numerous things, most recently Supergirl TV show, but was also in Smallville. This is the first appearance of Morgan Edge in Jimmy Olsen, 133. Sorry, is it 133? Yeah, 133. It's also the first appearance of Intergang. I think Morgan Edge also appeared in Lois and Clark. Or Clark and Lois, whatever it was called. Right, this was a nice book. It's got a bit of writing on the cover, but even it's still, for what I paid, £7.59, this book is expensive. It's my earliest Justice League book. It is issue number 10. And it is the first appearance of Felix Faust. Presents very nicely. Felix Faust was in the Constantine TV show, which I'm yet to see. Also the first appearance of Abnegazar, Gast, and the Lords of Time, and the Demons 3, Wrath, and the Timeless Ones. Love that cover. What a striking cover. Love the yellows. Especially being a Steelers fan. Don't want to talk about American football though, it was too painful this week. The Browns. Ugh. Okay, another Justice League book. Really getting to the nitty gritty now, guys. This is Justice League of America, issue 29. This is the first appearance of Earth 3. And the first Silver Age appearance of Starman. And the first appearance of the Crime Syndicate of America. And its members Superwoman, Ultraman, Owlman, Powering, and Johnny Quick. Paid a whack for it. £24.50 at the time for me was a lot of money. But it's a nice grade. Love the book. Picked this one up this year. £23.83. Mid-grade. Delighted to have it because I love the character. First Silver Age appearance of Solomon Grundy in Showcase 55. Love that book. Great read. Solomon Grundy was in Gotham. I haven't seen him in Gotham yet. But I think he's going to make his appearance one day on the big screen. Okay. Another bargain time. £2.58. And this is Avengers 16. Nice graded book. This is where the team changes. The Avengers team changes. Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye and Quicksilver joined. While Iron Man, Thor, Giant Man and Wasp took their leave of absence. Love the covers. Silver Age is my love. Into the top 3, guys. We're finally there. All of them I picked up this year, paid in installments. My most valuable purchase ever. Could do with a press, but hopefully I can get it pressed and graded one day. It's going to be maybe a 5 or 5.5. This is Iron Man 55, guys. Like I say, paid in installments. First appearance of Thanos and Drax and the Blood Brothers, or Mentors, Star Fox, Kronos, Rockelites. So, really good book to have. Oh, crushed and burnt. Top 2 now, guys. Pick this up for 140 in installments again. Werewolf by Night, 32. Yeah, got him. First Moon Knight. Pence copy, but still, for the grade, it presents beautifully. So delighted to have that. Just a matter of time whether he makes it into the MCU. I mean, he was discussed to be in Iron Fist this season, but I'm glad he wasn't, because he at least demands his own show. Love the character. And obviously Moon Knight is Mark Spector. It's also the first appearance of Frenchie. And finally, the best book in my collection so far, which I paid off just recently. 145 was the price. and delighted with the grade. It's a pence copy, but it presents beautifully. A great read too. And my final book is Tales of Suspense 52. It's the first appearance of Black Widow. It's also the Death, Destruction of Crimson Dynamo 1 and 2. But that is a nice graded book. That's the best in my collection, guys. Sorry it's dragged on a bit, but you know I like to chat. That's Dazzie's top 50. Supporting the Green Lantern tonight. Sponsors: Flash, Spider-Man, that woman, she's there again, Black Widow, and Batgirl, Joshua Middleman. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Dazzie, over and out.